Like a Dragon, Infinite Larping is a game that teaches you that being delusional is a positive trait. Playing as one of our protagonists, Itchy Balls, he's an ex-Yakuza who in the previous game saves Yokohama thanks to LARPing incredibly hard that he is awarded the title Hero of Yokohama. This is due to him being so delusional that he's a hero that he actually becomes a hero. Anyways, it's been a couple years since then. He's been working as a contractor who gives out work to other fellow LARPers. After showing one what it means to truly LARP, he heads to the pub to hang out with his day ones. Who are they? LARPing Cop, LARPing Homeless Guy, and Psycho. For more information, play the previous game. Trust me, it's peak. Here we found out Itchy Balls is in fact not a homosexual, as he asks out Psycho on a date. The date goes as well as Subaru trying to do anything without dying. A year after fumbling and being ghosted, Itchy Balls gets exposed by Golden Mouse as the greatest LARPer of today. Unfortunately, Itchy Balls' company has a strict LARPing policy and is promptly fired. His two other day ones follow super similar reasons. With homelessness looming again, the trio does what they do best, LARP Max. After a bit of nostalgia, including beating up the poor, Itchy Balls is called to meet his captain, Sawashiro, who has grave news. He claims that Itchy Balls' mom, Akane, is actually alive and is in Hawaii. For more information, play the previous game. It's peak. So without a job, on the verge of being broke, Ichiban decides to go on a vacation to Hawaii to find out whether Akane is LARPing as his mother or not. He says bye to his dead family and his day ones, and departs to Hawaii. Upon arriving in Hawaii, the plot can truly begin. To clear his conscience from beating up people of low economic status, he helped a disabled person into his wheelchair. He then calls a cab, and gives a letter with the address of his mom. Unfortunately, this guy was LARPing as a cab driver, and is actually a thief. He drives to an alley, and gives Ichiban a proper American welcome. They exchange pleasantries, and Ichiban wants his letter back, as it's the only thing he has to track down his mom. To which the LARPing man proceeds to swallow. He realizes he's about to get low diff and calls the cops on him.
This hoodlum wanted money, and she pointed her gun right at me.
Luckily, Help on Wheels is conveniently there to save the day. Stalking and recording is a hobby of his, which clears Ichiban's name. After exploring Hawaii for a bit, Ichiban and his new friend Eiji go to his hotel. After finding Akane's address in the video, they are raided by the LARPing cabbie's boss. The boss, who's LARPing as Dio, runs a crime syndicate, and they ain't too happy about their impounded taxi. Ichiban proceeds to low diff all of them, and escapes with Eiji. And this is definitely the last time we see them. The next day, they go their separate ways, and Ichiban finally meets his mom.
どこだここは。どうしたんだ。
Oh my god! A streaker!
なんだよ。どうかしたか。
Oh, surf's up, dude. Yeah, dude. Hang loose, bro.
俺がどうかしたのか。 はどうなってんだこりゃ。
Unfortunately, LARPing as Granblue Dreaming is not a legally recognized excuse for public nudity, so Itchy Balls gets arrested.
ラリってたわけでもなく、全
He tries to explain that after he entered the house, he met a maid named Chitose. After shooting the shit on Akane's porch for a little bit, Chitose is revealed to be LARPing as a maid, and roofies Ichiban's drink.
最初からこうしとけばよかった。
え、
おやすみ、春日さん。
Realizing he's been out LARPed by multiple people in the span of 2 days, he goes crazy and almost ends up in a Code Blue video. After narrowly escaping into the docks, he meets a familiar face. The GOAT Kiryu. Now known as the Unk of Dojima, it turns out Kiryu is also after Akane. Why? Due to dementia he doesn't know, but he goes after her anyway. Before heading to the house, Ichiban and Unk spread Yakuza culture to the locals in Hawaii. Itchy Balls and Unk revisit the house and once again run into the LARPing cabbie and Dio. They try to make a run for it, but are blocked by the LARPing cabbie. Recognizing that Hawaii's LARPing technique is quite advanced, Ichiban switches tactics and attempts to recruit him. After promises of infinite LARPing, the cabbie officially joins Itchy Balls' party. After escaping Dio's gang, Ichiban and Kiryu rest at his hotel. Tomizawa, the LARPing cabbie, decides to join them at the hotel. With Akane still missing, their only lead to finding her is through Chitose, the LARPing maid. Before Chitose dumped Ichiban's naked ass on the beach, she took his passport, and all his clothes for some reason. Tomizawa knows a guy, who knows a guy, who knows another guy, and that guy buys stolen passports while LARPing at a taco truck business. After leaving a very generous tip, the LARPing taco truck guy points them towards Barracuda territory. Who are the Barracudas? A ruthless gang made up entirely of past and present homeless people. And luckily, this is America, so their recruitment pool is absolutely massive. Their bummage is so powerful that even the cops just look the other way when they stab people in the streets. Which is honestly just offensive. This is America. You're supposed to shoot them. Anyways, the crew tracks Chitose down to bum territory, but getting inside without immediately being slaughtered is a problem. Because apparently, the only people who can walk in there without dying are hot women and law enforcement. One issue. In previous games, Kiryu can destroy the entire population of Japan if he wants to, so why not now?
俺はな、ガンなんだ。余命半年とそう言われてる。
With Kiryu nerfed to the ground due to cancer, the trio decides to bribe a corrupt cop with the latest air fryer. Overjoyed by his new kitchen appliance, he also scrubs Ichiban's felony charges from his record, and then proceeds to escort the party directly into the Barracuda camp. After beating up more of the economically challenged, the gang finds out that Chitose went into the underground sector of the Barracuda's camp.
裏への入り方を来たばかりの女に教えたってのか。酔っ払ってたもんでつい。バカが。
Which turns out to be an underground mall for those in high society. So the Barracudas are LARPing as being broke.
どういうこった？こりゃ。
What the fuck? After beating up a bunch of rich goons, the gang loses their privilege to be down there, due to their local corrupt cop catching a severe case of hemorrhage. The trio escapes into a storage room, where Chitose is also conveniently hiding. After a bit of yapping, their interests aligned, and Chitose joins the party.
千歳って言います。よろしくね。
Chitose says that after snooping around, she found out that Akane was also being hunted by the Barracudas. So the gang decides to confront their boss. Before doing so though, they have to attend a fashion show with a LARPing Callan.
A warm welcome to our impromptu guests. Now let's get this show on the road. Showtime's over, boys and girls. Say your prayers. Okay.
After the weirdest fashion showcase, Chitose leads the gang to where the boss of the Barracudas is. Once again, Hawaii demonstrates his advanced LARP game, as the boss is living in the top floor of the most expensive hotel in Hawaii.
驚いたでしょ。創業100年を誇る老舗ホテルよ。客室は500以上。最上階からはビーチとダイヤモンドヘッドが一望できる。
After beating up more of the economically advantaged, they get to the top floor and confront the boss.
私がバラクーダを仕切っているドワイトだ。
The boss, Dwight Mendez, is disappointed that Chitose didn't lead the trio into the trap he set up.
殺されるか。私のために一仕事するか。仕事？
さっき言ったでしょ。ボスの命令でわざと危険な方向に一番たちを誘導しているって。あれ、本当だったの？
Chitose, before meeting the trio, struck a deal with Mendez to lure them into a death trap in exchange for protection from her family back in Japan. She decides to stick with Ichiban as his LARP game has potential, and just maybe because he's delusional.
思っただけよ。だってこの人すごいバカだから。
No.
With his trap ruined, Mendez proposes a lively collab involving limbs and a machete. After the vid is done, the gang can leave. They refuse, so a fight breaks out.
Today I'm going to give you boys a live demonstration. Time to bleed!